Garcelle Beauvais has always been more than one thing. Actress, producer, model, author, and beloved television personality. Her career spans across creative fields that reflect both her talent and versatility. But lately, she's discovered that the most important role she can embrace is one that puts her own well-being first. Self-care is preventative and listening to your body, Beauvais explained in a recent interview. We can't give to others if we're running on empty. There's a reason they say on airplanes to put your mask on first. We have to be in a strong place ourselves if we're going to show up for the people we love. This mindset has shaped Beauvais' newest chapter. She recently partnered with Lifetime's Stop for Life campaign, designed to spark important conversations about health, regular screenings, and the power of knowing one's family history. For Beauvais, breaking the silence around these topics is key. Health affects everyone, she said. It doesn't matter who you are. It's something we all need to prioritize. And the earlier young people learn that, the better. Using her voice to create change. Throughout her career, Beauvais has seen firsthand how certain conversations can be avoided within families and communities. She hopes that by being open, she can encourage others to do the same. In my own life growing up, certain things about health just weren't talked about, she shared. But when we share, we give people the tools to take action. That's how we help one another. Fans know Beauvais for her iconic roles in the Jamie Foxx show, NYPD Blue, Coming to America, and most recently, her time on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. When she joined the franchise in 2020, she made history as the show's first Black cast member and quickly became a standout presence. But after 5 seasons, Beauvais made the surprising decision to step away from the show ahead of its season 14 reunion. As grateful as I am for the opportunity, it started to weigh heavily on me, she admitted. Walking away gave me back a sense of freedom and power. Right now, I want to create. I want to spend time with my loved ones, and I want to focus on things that bring me peace. Choosing herself. Her departure shocked fans, especially since she left during a dramatic reunion taping where she declined to join the final cast photo. Reflecting on that moment, Beauvais says it was simply her truth. There was a moment when I felt like I no longer belonged, she said. It just wasn't for me anymore, and I had to listen to that feeling. Since then, she's stepped back from certain friendships within the cast and shifted her energy into new ventures. While she doesn't rule out appearing on Housewives again in some capacity, she's made it clear that it's not in her immediate plans. A new creative era. What excites Beauvais now is storytelling, particularly stories that place Black women at the center. With her ongoing partnership with Lifetime, she's been developing projects that both entertain and shed light on overlooked experiences. She'll soon reprise her role as Ava, the talented chef from Terry McMillan's Tempted by Love, in a new sequel that explores love, growth, and second chances. She's also continuing her impactful work with the Missing series, which dramatizes cases of women and girls whose disappearances don't always receive widespread attention. Her latest project, premiering October 25, places Beauvais in a gripping role as a truck driver whose niece is taken during a stop, thrusting her into a desperate search. I want people to see that every missing person is someone's daughter, sister, or friend, Beauvais explained. These stories remind us of the humanity behind the headlines. That's why I tell them, to create compassion and awareness. Living in peace. As she steps fully into this next phase, Beauvais says she feels aligned and clear about what matters most. We live in a challenging world right now, she reflected. So when we find joy, we have to hold on to it. That's what I'm doing. Choosing joy, choosing peace, and living in the moment. From sitcom star to reality television favorite to passionate advocate and producer, Garcelle Beauvais has worn many hats. But perhaps her most inspiring role yet is the one she's writing for herself, a story defined not by others' expectations, but by her own freedom, strength, and vision. When Garcelle Beauvais walks into a room, there's a quiet confidence about her. For decades, she's been a familiar face on our screens, a versatile actress with a knack for bringing both charm and emotional depth to every role she takes on. But beyond the glitz and cameras, Beauvais' journey has been about something far more personal, creating space for herself in an industry that often underestimates women of color, and doing so while staying grounded in her own truth. From Haiti to Hollywood, Beauvais' story begins far from Beverly Hills. Born in St. Marc, Haiti, she immigrated to the United States with her mother and siblings when she was still a child. The move was transformative, exposing her to new opportunities, but also presenting challenges that demanded resilience. I remember arriving in the U.S. and not knowing a word of English, Beauvais once recalled. I learned by watching Sesame Street. That's where I got my first real taste of how language can open doors. That determination to adapt and thrive carried her through her early years in modeling. Her striking beauty and commanding presence quickly made her a favorite in campaigns and magazines, paving her way toward acting. Hollywood came calling, and soon, Beauvais was landing roles that would make her a household name. The breakthrough. In the 1990s, Beauvais found her big break on The Jamie Foxx Show, where she played the witty and independent Francesca Fancy Monroe. Fans adored her chemistry with Fox, and the role gave her a platform that showcased both her comedic timing and star quality. She followed that success with a turn on NYPD Blue, where she played Assistant District Attorney Valerie Haywood. The contrast between these two roles, lighthearted sitcom star and sharp, commanding lawyer, solidified Beauvais as an actress who could do it all. Each role taught me something different, she has said. With Fancy, it was about having fun, about leaning into humor. With Valerie, it was about strength and authority. And I've carried pieces of both of those women with me. Hollywood then and now. But Beauvais' career wasn't without hurdles. As a Black actress in Hollywood, she often encountered limited roles and typecasting. Rather than allow the industry to dictate her worth, she began to diversify her path, taking on hosting gigs, writing a memoir, and eventually producing projects of her own. It's not easy, Beauvais admitted. Sometimes you walk into a room and feel like people have already decided what you can or can't do. But the lesson for me was, keep showing up, keep pushing, and eventually, they'll see what you bring. That persistence paid off. Today, Beauvais is not only recognized as a performer, but also as a creative force behind the camera, shaping the kinds of stories she once wished existed for women like her. Reality TV and reinvention. When Bravo tapped her to join the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2020, Beauvais was already established as an actress. Stepping into reality TV was a gamble, one that came with both rewards and challenges. I didn't know what to expect at first, she admitted. Reality television is very different from acting. You're not playing a role, you're putting yourself out there. That's both freeing and terrifying at the same time. For fans, Beauvais quickly became a breath of fresh air on the series. She was glamorous yet approachable, sharp-toned yet empathetic. She spoke up when she needed to, but also managed to maintain dignity in the face of chaos, a rare balance in the Housewives universe. Her presence made history too. She was the first Black cast member to join the Beverly Hills franchise. Viewers praised her not just for her candor, but for bringing a new perspective to a show that had often been criticized for lacking diversity. Still, the drama and scrutiny took a toll. After 5 seasons, I realized I had to ask myself, is this making me happy? Is this where I belong right now? Beauvais shared. And the answer was no. It wasn't easy, but stepping away gave me back something I didn't even realize I'd lost: peace. Reclaiming power. Beauvais' exit from Housewives wasn't just a career move. It was a personal choice rooted in her philosophy of listening to her intuition. There comes a point in life where you have to stop doing things out of obligation, she explained. You have to honor yourself. For me, walking away was about reclaiming my power, and I feel lighter because of it. While some fans hoped her break would be temporary, Beauvais has made it clear that her focus now lies in new creative ventures, yet she doesn't shut the door completely. Never say never, she teased. But right now, my priority is telling stories that matter to me. Stories that shine a light. That commitment to storytelling has guided her next steps. With her ongoing partnership with Lifetime, Beauvais is actively shaping films that highlight the experiences of women, particularly those who are too often ignored by mainstream media. Her Missing film series has struck a chord with audiences, dramatizing the urgent reality of women and girls who disappear without the attention their cases deserve. In her upcoming film, she takes on the role of a trucker who must race against time after her niece vanishes.